Hi there, and welcome to this day in history for September 9th. September 9th is the 252nd day of the year in the Gregorian calendar, 253rd in leap years, with 113 days remaining to the end of the year. Today's word is finger-licking good. I kid you not. It's an adjective. It's a colloquialism. In regards to food, it means very delicious, delectable, scrumptious. And figuratively, it means extremely good, superb. This word comes to us courtesy of Colonel Harlan Sanders, the founder and later brand ambassador of the U.S. fast food restaurant chain Kentucky Fried Chicken, now KFC, who was born on this day in 1890, as we will find out about here in just a little bit. Finger-licking good. And with that, we're going to start on September 9th, 1493, when Christopher Columbus set sail on his second voyage to the New World with 17 ships and 1,200 men. On this trip, they'll do more exploration of the Lesser Antilles, which are a group of islands in the Caribbean Sea. Mary Stuart was crowned Queen of Scots in Stirling, Scotland on September 9th, 1543. She was 9 months old at the time. This is the birthday of English officer and politician William Bligh, born September 9th, 1754. When I hear that name, I think of Mutiny on the Bounty. What a story that was, and like Charles Boycott, who we'll mention again in a little bit, he brought his difficulties upon himself. I talk more about the Mutiny on the Bounty in the April 28th video, which I'll link up in the corner there and in the show notes, so that you can check that out if you like. But this was his birthday. He lived to the age of 63. On September 9th, 1776, the Continental Congress officially named its Union of States the United States. The capital of the United States, Washington, D.C., was named after President George Washington on September 9th, 1791. This is the birthday of Russian author and playwright Leo Tolstoy, born September 9th, 1828. He's famous for such works as War and Peace, Anna Karenina, and others. He lived to the age of 82. September 9th, 1845, may be the possible start of the Great Famine of Ireland. Within Ireland, it was known as the Great Hunger, or the Famine, while outside of Ireland it was and still is called the Irish Potato Famine. Certainly was a terrible time. It's estimated that about 1 million people died in this famine, and more than 1 million fled the country. These combined factors caused a population decrease of as much as 67% in some towns and villages, averaging out across the country to about 20 to 25% loss of population. It's noted as one of the great mass exoduses from a single island in history. This difficulty of the Irish reminded me of the story of Charles Boycott, who was an estate manager for an absentee landlord in Ireland. I tell a little bit about Charles Boycott in the video from March 12th, which I'll also put up in the corner and link in the show notes. But Boycott's issues with his tenants took place about 40 years after this famine started. The Irish famine was an extraordinarily difficult time. California was admitted as the 31st U.S. state on September 9th, 1850. Now look here, do you love fried chicken? Specifically Kentucky Fried Chicken, which I believe has currently been rebranded as KFC. Well, this is the birthday of the founder of KFC, Colonel Harlan David Sanders, born September 9th, 1890. His title of colonel, in this case, is not a title of military rank, but an honorary title, given to him in 1935 by the governor of Kentucky, Colonel Sanders. Much has been made of the 11 secret herbs and spices that are claimed to give this fried chicken its distinct flavor, and that may be true, but I think the real secret is the method he patented of cooking chicken in a pressure fryer. We're talking original recipe here. Kind of makes me want to go out and find the nearest KFC and get a couple pieces. Interesting character, Colonel Sanders, and he lived to the age of 90, bless his heart. This is the birthday of American singer, songwriter, and producer Otis Redding, born September 9th, 1941. He went to work in the music business from about the age of 15 or so, and worked with Little Richard's band, The Upsetters, and Booker T and the MGs, to name a couple. He had some records in the 60s, played roadhouses, did tours, performed at the Monterey Pop Festival in 1967. He had written and recorded his hit, Sittin' on the Dock of the Bay, shortly before being killed in a plane crash at the age of 26. The song became the first posthumous #1 record on Billboard's Hot 100 and the R&B charts, and was also the first posthumous album to reach #1 in the UK Albums chart. Otis Redding. As early as September 9th, 1947, we have the first case of a computer bug being found. Literally. A moth got stuck in the relay of a Harvard Mark II computer at Harvard University. Elvis Presley appeared on the Ed Sullivan Show for the first time on September 9th, 1956. And that's all I have for you today. Hope you learned something you didn't know before, because I know I sure did. As always, links to my research is included in the show notes below. If we have images, they'll be from Bing Images, public domain, or licensed free to share and use. And of course, our lovely outro music is Divine Life Society by Jesse Gallagher from the YouTube Music Library. And there's a link to his channel in the show notes. Thank you so much for watching. Give it a like if you enjoyed this video. Consider subscribing if you haven't already. And feel free to share this video in your messaging, email, or social media. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time. Human perfection. Okay? Living in the past. No ad libs. All right. Okay, for crying out loud. Good grief. All right, let's see here. Okay, do that again. We'll do that in a minute. Thank you. That might not make it into the video. We'll see. Changing it up.